Third base, Liam Dawn. Right fielder, Max Stagg. Shortstop, Darcy Barry. And the starting pitcher for the Adelaide Giants will be Mitch Gilmore.
Different players. Love that in.
Introducing tonight's umpires. At home plate is Neil Bolton. First base is Ian Raval. Second base is Jeff Diamond. And third base is Casey Cook. Two managers for the ball club tonight from the Adelaide Giants is Chris Adamson, and making his debut as the manager for your Melbourne Aces is Peter Moylan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for your two-time defending Australian Baseball League champions, the Melbourne Aces. Designated hitter is Marcus Graham. Left fielder, Bronson Reed. Second base, Sam Skinner. First base, Jack Barry. The catcher is Kyle Perkins. And your starting pitcher for your Melbourne Aces is John Kennedy. Please be upstanding for the national anthem of Australia.
Hello and welcome to the Melbourne Challenge from Melbourne Ballpark. Yes, we are finally about to get underway after a very lengthy rain delay. Great work by Mick Wern and the grounds crew to get this thing ready for tonight's game between Melbourne and Adelaide. My name is Ed Wyatt. Alongside me tonight on the call is Rob Novotny, like myself, a long-time Melbourne resident, originally from the U.S., worked with the White Sox, worked with the Texas Rangers, and worked with the Australian women's national team. And Rob, we've got players on the field.
No, it's kind of surreal, isn't it, Ed? It's just fantastic. As we were saying before, with all the games that we've missed by missing the ABL season that's been canceled, it's an abbreviated season last year. And then you just look across our whole country here, all the games that were missed here, and local club ball, national teams that didn't get to travel. And now we finally get professional baseball, and there's a really good, in the midst of the COVID outbreak and the rain, to see the crowd here tonight, this really shows how much we've been craving to bring our baseball community together. And hats off to the Aces and to the Adelaide for making the trip out, and of course the Victorian government for helping make this all happen. It's really special we're here.
Absolutely right. We'll also be joined across the weekend by former Australian baseball superstar Amy McCann. She'll be in here giving us her insight as well too, so fortunate to have her on board. Some Aces names you'll know, some Aces names you won't know. We'll set the scene right now. The outfield, left field, Bronson Neve, Aiden Willis in center, Nick Bertucci in right. All of them young players, sort of getting their first taste, if you will, even though it's not an ABL game officially, first taste of big league ball here in Australia. The infield, few names you might recognize. Jack Berry is the first baseman. Darryl George at third, and Jared Cruz, longtime aces stalwart at short. Sam Skinner, another youngster from Sandringham, he'll be starting at second base. Kyle Perkins, the veteran, is the catcher. And John Kennedy, who was so good last year for the Aces. In fact, when you look at him last year, 2-0 record, 3.63 ERA, 27 strikeouts, and only one walk. And I remember when that walk happened, kind of shocked us because he had gone so long without giving one up. And we're just about to get underway in 2022. Jack Partington, the left fielder, leads off for the Adelaide Giants. Partington, youngster, hitting .409 in the South Australian League for Henley and Grange. First pitch, strike one.
It's a good sign, strike one. It's the best pitch in baseball, I reckon.
It certainly is. That one skied out towards right center. Play is going to be made by the center fielder, Aiden Willis, one away. Brings up Donald Lutz. Now this gentleman played for Brisbane and Canberra last year, and he did some damage here last year.
Yeah.
Robbie hit a couple of long shots that I can remember. He's kind of a lone player here, if you will, just to sort of fill out the roster a little bit. 7-year ABL veteran, 2 years in the majors.
And strike one again.
Is a good way to start. Had two seasons with Cincinnati, 2013 and 2014.
Yeah, good player.
That one's low, just missed. 1-1, 1 out. Just underway. Skies look pretty good, although as I look to my right, there are some menacing clouds. But who knows? We're just lucky to get underway and get some baseball. 1-1 pitch, strike two, called.
God, you love when your pitcher starts to get ahead early.
Sure do.
Especially after a long wait, you want to get things moving, and strikes get that done.
Yep. That one's fouled back out of play. Lutz stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, good life in the ballpark tonight. Really a nice group.
Very patient.
Yeah.
Crowd as well, waiting through a long delay.
Well, we waited this long, an extra hour and a half.
1-2 pitch.
Good
miss. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Both these teams hit a bit by COVID, some late withdrawals. Peter Moylan, in his debut as Aces manager, is to put together a team here. For this one, he's done really well. Swing and a miss.
There's a strikeout.
Lutz goes down.
Well, not that this is a new season, but good to see him on the positive side of the strike-walk ratio this early on.
Absolutely. 2 down brings up Mitch Edwards, 21-year-old in the Phillies organization. 2019 hit .318 for the Giants, one of the best seasons in history by a catcher.
Yeah, really one of their veteran players, isn't he?
Yeah, 21-year-old veteran. Fouled out of play.
Yeah, ahead in the count again.
Yeah, and that's something we talked about last year a lot. Nick Batters, who is not here, but had gone on a very successful career in the U.S. Nick and I were always talking about that. Get ahead, don't get behind.
Oh, nice pitch.
There we go again. 2 quick strikes.
Well, the field really has come up nice. We took a lot of rain today, especially in the late part of the day. And there's still a little water on the warning tracks, but the field is very playable.
That was fouled down the right field line.
Had him behind on the fastball there. Comes set. Left-hander delivers. Another foul ball. Staying alive.
Fielded down there.
Edwards, as you expect, is a good veteran hitter. It's going to be tough to get him out. He'll be the tougher out in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, you like that middle of the order there. Well, not the middle, the top. Lutz, Edwards, and Rickson Wingrove.
Ooh, good miss.
3 good hitters. Misses outside.
Yeah, that was a good choice to miss there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Staying alive, Edwards fouled down the right field line over the top of the party deck that has a few folks in there tonight, Rob. Surprising given that weather, but
It's a nice party deck, that's why.
it is. Has a roof.
Yeah. Good sight lines too. Getting down the line here is actually a really nice spot to get the sight lines right the way they've done the last few years. Is really good.
1-2 pitch. Kennedy to Edwards.
Oh,
Swing and a miss.
Great
Got
pitch
him.
on the outside. Second strikeout of the inning.
3 up, 3 down.
Yeah.
John Kennedy. We're going to head to the middle of the first inning. Aces coming to bat. Back after this.
Hi.
Hi.
We were thinking of having a cruisy day.
Maybe grab a pastry and a coffee.
See some street art.
Maybe go to a museum
Grab a gelato.
and have afternoon tea.
Any suggestions?
Many illnesses later in life. So, the secret to losing weight and being healthy is simply eating delicious food. Try light and easy for yourself.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Ed Wyatt and Rob Novotny with you. The Aces coming to bat here after 3 up and 3 down for Adelaide in the top of the first. Let's set the Adelaide field if you want to, Rob.
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure. Hey, let's start in the outfield. We got Jack Parrington in left, Brody Ariola in center, Max Stagg in left. From third base across, we got Liam Bull at third, Darcy Berry at short, Mitch Lightbody at second. Playing first is Rickson Wingrove. Behind the plate, made the last out on the strikeout there, Mitch Edwards, the veteran catcher. And on the mound today is Mitch Noonborn. Noonborn's had quite a good season last year. He dazzled in 2021, was the ABL Rookie of the Year. And that helped him earn a spot with Team Estrella. The scouting report on him is that his fastball travels about 94, and he has a good slider to keep batters and the runners as well off balance. So good pitching matchup tonight, Kennedy versus Noonborn, and Noonborn's just taking the ball from third baseman Bull and is about to step up and make the first pitch. And who do we got leading off for the Aces there?
Aiden Willis, the
Fantastic.
youngster who made the first out of the game. First put out, I should say, steps up.
Just missed outside.
Willis, 21-year-old from Berwick. I was told he was a big prospect when he was 17. Sort of dropped off a little bit, but has now come back working very hard, John Diebel told me. He's really improved. Got himself back into the frame here. He's only 21.
I see his patience early too.
Hit
Yeah.
right up the middle. That's a way to start your
Hey,
make your debut, isn't it?
yeah. First at bat against ABL competition, and he's patient on 2 pitches that weren't too far off the outside corner, but that gave him the chance at that fantastic fastball 2-0 down the middle, and he took advantage of it. He'll remember that for a long time, and I'm sure down at the Berwick Baseball Club they're having a smile.
How good would that make you feel? And this man doesn't really need an introduction. Darryl George, kind of Mr. Do Everything for the Aces. One of the all-time greats, 341 last year, 4 home run, 27 RBI. Sat out a whole year with an injury. Kind of came back, almost didn't miss a beat.
Well, that's what a good player does, I guess, sometimes, don't they?
Tremendous,
Yeah.
tremendous.
Such a great part of the team's history as well.
Yep. Swing and a miss. 2 quick strikes on George. Jack Barry on deck.
Yeah, Willis looking conservative first base, but I would be too if I was a rookie on base for the first time. But I'd like to see that speed a bit later.
George hits that down the right field
Good
line.
read
That
by
could
Willis.
stay fair.
Going halfway.
Just goes foul. Max Stagg chasing that over towards the line.
Good read by the youngster Willis on that too. He didn't get carried away. He got about halfway to see what was going to happen. It's the little things that make a difference on the bases, and when nice to see a young kid on top of it.
Count remains 0 balls, 2 strikes on Daryl George. Runner on first. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Melbourne challenge between the Aces and the Adelaide Giants. The breaking ball grounded into the Adelaide dugout. Count stays the same.
Noon one set.
Fouled away again.
And off speed 2-0.
Yep.
Sorry, 0-2.
George, good hitter, as we talked about with Mitch Edwards staying alive here. He's been in that early 0-2 hole, but continues to stay alive.
Boy, I'd try to miss with a fastball up or out. Throwing a lot around the plate with an 0-2 count. At least change his sight line a little bit so you can set up the breaking ball in the next pitch.
Let's see what Noonborn does here. Willis on first. Pitch is hit again down that right field line. Stagg is over in right field, makes the put out. Willis heads back to first, 1 away.
Well, I think he got away with one there, a little bit too much at the plate, but yeah, we'll take it, or they'll take it.
Brings up Jack Barry, first baseman. Barry, two seasons with the Aces, joined the team late in 2020, hit .316 then, signed with the Twins, played 25 games for the Gold Coast rookie team, also played in Quebec, independent ball, real veteran.
Does he speak French?
Je ne sais pas. Strike one to Barry, Willis on first, still 1 away. Ed Wyatt, Rob Novotny with you from Melbourne Ballpark. Great to be back at the park, great to be calling a game. I wasn't sure if we were going to get to for a while there, but.
Oh, it's Melbourne. It eventually stops.
Correct. Swing and a miss.
Good pitch.
Very good pitch. Fooled him badly.
I think that was a slider that we were reading about before.
2 quick strikes on Jack Barry.
I got to tell you, 20 years in Melbourne, Ed, and I nary remember a rain out. I remember a lot of rain delays, but somehow the weather always shifts here, and then it's time for baseball.
Yeah, I think I remember maybe one. Yeah.
Not time. Nope. Home plate umpire Poulton gives it to him. Now he's ready to.
0-2 pitch coming. Noonborn. Barry.
Oh.
That's gotten past the catcher, and Willis.
He's got good speed.
Down to second.
I'm looking forward to seeing him try to steal a base this weekend. He can move.
He's down there on, assume that's maybe a pass ball. I don't know. They usually give it a wild pitch, to be honest, but hard to say.
Well, I'm still a card-carrying member of the Catchers Union. I think you can't let that one get by, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
so.
That's what I was thinking, I'll be honest with you. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Willis now on second.
That's a good miss.
Ooh.
Just up, not far out, but a good miss.
2-2 on the count. Kyle Perkins on deck. 1 away. No score. Bottom of 1.
So I'm going to put that down as a wild pitch in my book.
Okay.
But,
I wrote pass ball, but
okay.
Hey, we'll see.
Ooh, nice
That's
pitch.
A very good pitch, and
a
Barry
bit up, but just he didn't, did not see that
was
coming.
not ready.
Yeah.
2 down. First strikeout of the game for Mitch Noonborn. Kyle Perkins now steps in, the 30-year-old who had 1 year with the Aces last year after 8 seasons with Canberra. 262 last year, career 239 hitter in the ABL. Can also pitch, really. You say utility, he is the essence of a utility player. Breaking ball misses, ball 1.
Actually, wasn't that
still in second?
That actually wasn't that bad a pitch.
No.
Yeah, I think Edwards could have made it look better. Sorry, so easy to say, hard to do. Sorry, folks.
Pitch gets past the catcher Edwards again, and Willis shuffles down to third.
Yeah, I like Willis's wheels. This is nice. Hopefully he'll get on base a few more times. That's what makes speed makes the game fun.
Does, doesn't it? So now,
What do we got? 2 balls?
0-2 count.
Yeah.
Little single here brings in a run. Willis getting a lot of room down there. Third baseman Bull playing off the bag. Three 0. That's hit hard to right field. Stagg is going back. I don't know if he's going to get there. He's on the warning track. He does get there. Nice grab by Max Stagg to end the inning on a very hard hit ball. Aces get a hit, but they don't get a run. And we'll be back with a second inning after this.
We're thinking of grabbing a bite tonight. Any new places close by?
Well, actually, oh, and there's also,
Oh,
I think 20's enough.
yeah, that should do us.
Melbourne Arts Precinct in South Bank is home to Australia's highest concentration of art organisations, including the National Gallery of Victoria, Arts Centre Melbourne, Malthouse Theatre, Australian Centre for Contemporary Art, Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, the Australian Ballet, and many, many more. And we are back at the Melbourne Challenge in beautiful Melbourne. They say 4 seasons in one day. We certainly got, well, we got at least 2 of them today. Ed Wyatt, Rob Novotny with you, scoreless after 1 inning, but we've already seen some pretty good action, Rob.
Yeah, for sure. Well, before we get to that, gosh, we do have a great art scene here in Melbourne.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. I can think of a lovely, lovely date at the Melbourne Gallery. Oh, fantastic place. But
A little bit of art of our own
Yes.
here, the art of baseball.
yes, and that was a heck of a catch, by the way, to end the inning for Stagg, Max Stagg for Adelaide in the twilight in a stadium he's never played at before. That was a heck of a catch on the track. But
Certainly was.
But now we're on to the second inning. There's the first pitch. Ryan Wingrove takes ball 1. Sorry, strike 1.
Strike 1. And so Rickson Wingrove, which I told he was wearing 52, but he's got 44 on there now. As that one goes wide for ball 1-1. Wingrove. I keep saying Wixon Wingrove. It's Rickson Wingrove.
It's a
raw power, tantalizing prospect in the Phillies organization. Just turned 21 and
fouls it off to makes it a 1-2 count.
he can hit a couple of walk-offs last year, played low A ball in the Phillies organization. This guy can hit.
Yeah. I keep the ball up on him a little bit.
Mm.
I think he'd take a low one and drive it over the fence. Oh, that's exactly where Kennedy threw it. Didn't get the strike on it, though. 2-2 count.
Yeah, that's a tight strike zone there, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, I'll take any strike zone I can get. I'm so happy to be here. I can't believe we're doing baseball, man. Oh,
That's inside.
That'll run it full.
Can't hold on to it. Yeah, we had a full count all of a sudden.
Wow.
Wingrove light body areola in this inning for the Adelaide Giants. It's a 7-inning game tonight, by the way, because we got underway late. Late start, 8:35 or so, meant to be 7:05 local time. 3-2 pitch fouled back. That's going to land on the roof. No, it isn't.
Oh, all the way over.
My prediction is wrong. Off that metal roof will rattle us here in the booth, but it didn't do it that time. Count remains 3-2. John Kennedy on the mound for the Aces. That's grounded sharply down past the first baseman, Barry, and into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, nice effort by Barry, not afraid to get dirty, but just too hard to hit ball.
Very hard hit.
But that's all right. Good sound on that as well.
So Mitch Lightbody comes in now, 6 years with Adelaide.
Yeah,
hasn't had a lot of play.
Yeah, he's getting a crack at it this time.
Yeah,
at second base.
Yeah, it's been mainly defensive substitute, pinch runner. Get a look here tonight.
Yeah. Oh, good for him. Guys who stick around deserve a chance. This is a great opportunity for that.
First pitch from Kennedy, strike one.
That's the way. Scared me a little bit before 3-2. I can't have Kennedy throwing a walk.
Yeah, that's right. One walk in all of last year.
Yeah, at least he made him hit it.
Hadn't thought of that. It's a good point. It's fouled back into the net. 2 quick strikes on Mitch Lightbody.
Yeah, of course, a lot of these guys haven't faced this good pitching as much lately, but yeah, Kennedy's getting up to the plate quick. A lot of guys following him back.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see how we go second and third time through.
That's fouled back as well. It'll be interesting to see how Graham Lloyd runs the pitching tonight, being in a 7-inning game, whether he's inclined to keep with the same sort of structure that he was going into it. How many does Kennedy get? You think 2, maybe 3? Don't want to go too hard at the moment.
Yeah,
but
short roster though, too.
Well, that's the flip side of it, isn't it? Here's the 0-2 pitch in the dirt.
Nice work by Perkins behind the plate. That's what you got to do. Just
Sure
get down and, can't have it go through the 5-hole. You got to keep the glove down in the dirt, and he did exactly that. Arch your chest over the ball. Make sure that it creates that dead space between your chest and the chest protector, and it just bounces straight back into the ground. Well done by Perkins.
Good hockey reference there, 5-hole. That's in, popped up.
Ooh.
Should be playable, but it's a tricky one on this wet field. Barry is over, makes a play.
And if you see it on the camera, I hope it showed up in the camera there. He went right through that wet area on the edge of the turf. So that would make me nervous if I was his coach.
That's what I was looking at there as he went to make that play. One away.
Yeah, but that's why we're up in the booth and they got the skills to be down on the field, right? So to navigate things like that. You and I be helping each other off the ground, Ed. Well, in fact, I think in pregame we almost had to. doing the promo.
Brody Ariola steps in now, 20-year-old South Australian. Plays for Port Adelaide. A couple of big seasons there playing club ball.
Kennedy misses high for ball 1.
1 out. Wingrove on first.
Yeah, well hit, struck ball too.
That's inside.
2-0. Kennedy's not going to throw ball 3 here, so I'd be ready to hit.
Yep.
If I was Lightbody. I'm sorry, Ariola.
That's hit in that same vicinity again. Second baseman Skinner over, can't get there. It's going to land on the net on top of the All-Star bar out there down the first base line. Do it again, 2 balls and a strike.
And now Ariola just finished up in the Super League Championship game over in Adelaide before they get all the best players in the Wednesday night league, and he had 2 hits to lead the Northern Marlins to the championship of that little competition. So a good hitter here, knows how to hit under pressure, but didn't get that 2-0. Didn't hit that 2-0. Oh, looks like he mixed it up there just a little bit.
Didn't it?
Dropped yeah, dropped it down, dropped the slot down just a little bit there too. Kennedy, I mean.
2-2 the count. The lights are on, of course, here at Melbourne Ballpark. Late start. Hope the rain stays away. Looks like it will for now. Swing and a miss. Got him. 3rd strikeout of the night.
Yeah, nice
for John
effort.
Kennedy. So 2 down brings up Liam Bull.
Another debut.
Yeah, 18-year-old kid. Made his debut in an exhibition all-star game in December. And guess what? He had 2 home runs in his first 2 at-bats. Not a bad way to make your debut.
Yeah.
First pitch is a ball.
Yeah, Kennedy didn't chase Kennedy's high and away fastball there. Interesting the makeup. You never know what you're going to get with a young person.
That's a good fastball. 1-1.
People mature at different rates, and as I think Theo Epstein famously said, all development is not linear. Oh,
It's fouled
couldn't
back.
quite catch up on the Kennedy fastball. Again, we'll see what happens second and third time through as these guys start to find their feet a little bit. You know, it's they're probably all a little bit amped up, and they, again, haven't seen ABL pitching either before or in a long time. So 1-2, 2 away, runner on first. We're in the top of the second here in Melbourne Ballpark. Nice miss. Looked like he took a little off that too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I wonder maybe if he missed more than he wanted to with that.
2-2's a count, 2 outs, no score. Grounded to short. Cruz flicks it over to Skinner.
All right.
That'll take care of the Adelaide Giants in the top of the second. Main scoreless Aces coming to bat in the bottom of the second. Back after this.
Hi.
Hi.
We were thinking of having a cruisy day.
Maybe grab a pastry and a coffee.
See some street art.
Maybe go to a museum
Grab a gelato.
and have afternoon tea.
Any suggestions?
Recently, I've been working very closely with Light and Easy, and I'm going to fill you in on a little secret. They don't make diet food. Instead, they create nutritious and delicious food for you to enjoy to help manage your weight, improve your health, and also save you time. And that same great food can help minimise your chances of suffering many illnesses later in life. So, the secret to losing weight and being healthy is simply eating delicious food. Try Light and Easy for yourself.
Because of the delayed start, it will be 7 innings. Tonight's going to be 7 innings due to the late start.
Is our volume down?
Welcome back to Melbourne Aces baseball. Aces and the Adelaide Giants in the Melbourne Challenge. See some fans enjoying the game. COVID-safe restrictions in place here, but a great crowd turning up, especially considering we had a lengthy rain delay. We are in the bottom of the second inning. There is no score, and the Aces bring up Jared Cruz, Nick Bertucci, and Marcus Graham to face Mitch Noonborn.
And I think they're getting excited over at Moorabbin and Barrack for Bertucci and Graham to see ABL action for the first time.
Bottom of the second.
Yeah, and it's exciting to see these youngsters getting an opportunity here. Jared Cruz, another one of those Aces veterans who has been such a key performer over the years, filling in the
Strike
outfield,
one.
the infield. He's played 6 different positions, in fact. Just one of those guys, that sort of next man up mentality. He's like epitomizes that. Strike 2. 2 quick strikes on Cruz.
For those watching in the distance, forgive us if we refer to a few local clubs here in strike 3.
3 quick strikes.
Yeah. Like, as I was saying, as we refer to some local clubs either here in Melbourne, Victoria, or over in Adelaide, if you're watching in another part of the country or even another part of the world, forgive us if we get a little bit local, but local baseball is all we've had this summer. So.
Get your Google Maps out and have a look.
And again, here's one of those debuts. Here's Nick Bertucci coming in, the right fielder, and he hails from the Moorabbin Baseball Club just south of here. And he takes strike 1. Gosh, the adrenaline in these young guys as they're getting out there. Some of them are probably pretty cool cats, but I know I'd be pretty pumped up.
Bertucci just 17. Big power. That's it to second. Bit of a fumble and a throw to first. Got him. Ho-ho. Peter Moylan might come out for his debut argument as a manager.
Yeah.
Mitch Lightbody at second. Fumbled it a little bit. Bertucci ran pretty hard, but just.
Yeah. Good recovery by Lightbody. Did what he could there, and Wingrove sold it. But Ian Revell called him out. That's the way it is. And Peter might save his argument for a later time in the game.
Or a more important game,
yes,
let's be honest.
Indeed.
Marcus Graham now, the designated hitter, another youngster getting an opportunity.
Ooh, just missed.
He's heading off to school in Arizona next year. Good fielder. 18-year-old. Can play catcher as well, DHing tonight.
2-0 to Graham. Didn't miss by much, to be
No,
honest.
didn't.
But now he's hopefully locked in. He should be locked in for a fastball here.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah. Might have chased that just a little bit. That might not have been the ideal pitch to swing at. But 2-0, you're expecting him to shoot it, put it down the chute for you. Not quite there.
One misses
3-1.
just high. 3-1.
Another nice opportunity. Get your pitch. This is where you zone in. You really limit your zone. You know, just wherever you hit, just a few ball width to where you hit the ball well.
See what Graham does here. Hits it hard to short.
He got in on him a bit there.
Barry makes the play, throws to first. Well played by Darcy Barry. Quick inning, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits for the Aces. We will head to the top of the 3rd inning, still scoreless in the Melbourne Challenge.
We're thinking of grabbing a bite tonight. Any new places close by?
Well, actually... Oh, and there's also...
Oh,
I think 20's enough.
yeah, that should do us.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. It's the Melbourne Challenge between the Aces and the Adelaide Giants. Ed Wyatt, Rob Novotny with you. Top of the 3rd inning, scoreless. Each team has a hit. Aces got a runner as far as 3rd, but that was about it. John Kennedy remains on the mound. For the Aces, he'll face Max Stagg, Darcy Barry, and the top of the order again, Jack Partington. Game started late, if you're just joining us. Big rain delay. Great work by the grounds crew. Mick Warren and his crew did a remarkable job getting this ready for play. It was pretty wet, Rob, as you mentioned earlier when we were out doing the pregame. We had to dodge through some pretty serious puddles.
Yeah, I was actually pretty impressed, too, at Ace the Wonder Dog. He didn't make the mess any worse.
He's the best, that dog.
He really
Absolutely the best. Come out to the ballpark. He's part of the entertainment.
Yeah, lucky to have him.
So Max Stagg, the right fielder, will lead it off. Made a nice play in the, it was at the 1st inning, I think. Yeah, on Darryl George.
Top of the 3rd, and leading off for Adelaide is the right fielder, Max Stagg.
Yeah, another
17,
debut.
Yeah, 17-year-old. He's under the under-18 national team radar. He plays first place West Torrens Club. Ball outside.
Stagg was also on that in that Super League championship game for the losing side for the Western Rays. Actually, it finished in quite a few of the guys actually here today were part of that group.
So the Northern Marlins beat the Western Rays.
Correct.
There we
District
go.
teams, I think. Yes.
I'm learning about my South Australian baseball. Strike one.
Good history over there.
Absolutely.
Actually, a great Aces fan, Steve Smith, has transferred over to Adelaide.
It's grounded off his foot. That stings a bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
This guy, the biggest Aces fan, Steve Smith.
Is that right?
I went over to his house. He's got a whole garage full of bats and ball. I shouldn't say this because they might raid his house in Adelaide. I haven't seen a bigger or better baseball collection in Australia, to be honest.
Is that
with you.
right?
Yeah, fantastic.
Grounded to short. Cruz scoops. Fires to Barry.
Makes that look easy, doesn't it?
1 away.
Yeah, this Smith was one of the biggest Aces fans. He was part of the hangar group. That's so I give him a little bit of a shout out because I know he's watching in Adelaide, and I'm not sure if he switched loyalties or not. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I can't see him leaving the Aces.
You would hope.
I can't see him doing it. He was such a great fan for the club.
Shortstop Darcy Barry now, 18-year-old. He's headed to Northern Iowa Community College next season. on the under-18 Australian World Cup team before that was unfortunately canceled. Strike one on Barry.
Yeah, oh, Northern Iowa.
Northern Iowa.
He is not known cold in an Iowa spring baseball season. My goodness. Oh, broke the bat.
That's it, broken bat, but right at
He doesn't even know. They probably had him in.
Sam Skinner.
If they had him visit, it was in September. He has no idea. It's so cold there that they play the summer or the spring high school season. They played in summer in Iowa.
Is that right?
Yeah. So there's no school in the summer, and yet they play the summer season because it's too cold in the spring. And he's going to go to school there. He doesn't know.
Maybe they've got an indoor facility.
Yeah.
2 away. Brings up the top of the order, Jack Partington. Flew out to Willis in center field his first time up, takes a strike. John Kennedy has been very, very smooth here.
Indeed he has. Oh.
Swing and a foul, strike 2, quick 0-2 count on Partington.
And of course, I'm from Chicago. Grew up in Wisconsin
Pretty
as well.
cold there.
So I know those
You know
springs.
you're cold.
Yeah, and I did college ball for a while in Iowa too. So it's a Cornell College. So
Ah.
so I lived that life.
You're a smart guy if you went to Cornell College in Iowa. It's a good school. It's an art school, isn't it?
Liberal arts.
Yeah, liberal arts school.
Good baseball program too, by the way.
Swing and a miss.
Another strikeout
What
for
an
Kennedy.
inning
Fantastic.
for Kennedy. That is his 4th strikeout in 3 innings.
And he broke a bat.
There you go. How about that? Still scoreless heading to the bottom of the 3rd. Back to the Melbourne Challenge after this.
It's our COVID-safe promise to you, and by following the plan, we can stay safe and stay open. Please make sure you're signed into the Melbourne ballpark.
Hi.
Hi.
We were thinking of having a cruisy day.
Maybe grab a pastry and a coffee.
See some street art.
Maybe go to a museum
Grab a gelato.
and have afternoon tea.
Any suggestions?
Welcome back to the Melbourne Challenge. Some fans on the party deck. Look at that. Doesn't get much better than that. Got a couple of beers. You got some food. You're watching the Aces and the Giants in 2022.
And a smooth, quick trip out on the highway if you want to come out tomorrow night, folks. 7 o'clock game.
Yep.
Oh.
Same time tomorrow night. Bronson Neve, another one of those youngsters,
Yeah.
left fielder, leads it off for the Aces.
From Preston. That's in the northern suburbs. They play at Latrobe University. Hey, strike 1 on him.
He's very familiar with Preston. My wife's family from out that way.
Oh.
Reservoir. That's just outside, 1-1. Neve, Skinner, and then the top of the order, Willis. So 3 youngsters for the Aces here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Another miss out.
Just outside.
Yeah.
2 balls and a strike. 7-inning game. It's clipping along pretty nicely.
Yeah. Now we're finding out maybe why they liked it so much in Auckland to do the 7-inning games. The nice
Yes.
crisp. Get in, get out.
You know what? I think there was a lot of merit to that. I know a lot of the purists, and in many ways I am a baseball purist, but I think when you're trying to sell it in a place like that, it makes perfect sense. A little slow ground. This is going to be a tough play. Noonborn there. Great throw to first. What a play.
Yeah.
Tough one for Bronson Neve. He almost beat that out, but Noonborn really made a nice play.
Great hustle, too. He runs well.
Yeah, sure does. Noonborn, of course, being a pitcher, has that arm, but geez, he put it right on the money.
Yeah, especially on the wet turf as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully that sun dried it out a bit, but we didn't get a lot of sun before this all finished
No.
up. So
1 away, Sam Skinner now. He's kind of a late call-up. Skinner was an alternate, but a few guys couldn't make it. The youngster from Sandringham swings and misses. Tough to be thrown in at the last minute. On the other hand, why not? You know what? Get that opportunity.
And the fastball looked like it had a bit of tail.
Another good pitch.
Could be Skinner's swing.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Tough ask. And Noonboy looks pretty good, let's be honest.
Yeah, he does.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Noonborn steps off. Skinner does the same and steps back in. Breaking ball, got him. Called third strike out of the night for Noonborn. 2 down.
Hey, that's one of those where you just got to tip your cap and say, let's go get him next time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Skinner just kind of stood there, maybe hoping that he was not going to get that call.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
And again, hats off to him. He showed up. He was here for us. He wasn't on the original roster. He showed up because we needed him. So he's my guy.
Absolutely right. Top of the order now, Aiden Willis, who singled to lead off the game, got around to third, but couldn't score. Fouled that into the net.
Yeah. Again, we talked about it earlier. He runs well, hoping he'll get on base just so we can, or hit one where he can run a bit. Just that's always an exciting part of the game.
Ooh, breaking ball that didn't break. Willis had to duck. 1 ball and 1 strike. Very limited exposure, small sample size, but I like what I see of this kid. Singled, fielded well in center on the 1 opportunity he had. Speed, as you mentioned. There's the 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-1. No score, bottom of 3. Melbourne challenge between the Aces, the home team, and the visiting Adelaide Giants.
Well, Noonborn's been struggling in the outside corner the last few pitches. Ah, there he's got it.
Not that one.
Yeah, not that one. Made an adjustment.
Jinx.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
It's a nice pitch.
Sure was. See what he comes with here.
Breaking ball, I bet you. No.
No.
Missed again.
Full count now on Willis.
Just looks like almost like he's overthrowing on the outer edge.
That's another hit for Willis.
Yeah.
Into right field. 2 for 2 night for the youngster. How about that? Have a night.
Yeah, I really thought he would have come 2-2 maybe with a curveball there after he throws Skinner with such a great breaking ball. That's what I would have thought he might have thrown 2-2, but he missed away again with the fastball, and that led to another. Again, Willis being patient and not swinging at bad pitches. He's got 2 hits today because of it.
2 for 2. The youngster brings up Darryl George. He flew out to right field in the first inning. Could be a little 2-out rally here for the Melbourne Aces.
Oh, he's got a little more aggressive lead. Nah, maybe I'm wishful thinking here. Well, I think he's closer to the turf here. I'd like to see him run.
Swing and a miss, high ball.
Like I said before, though, if I was on base for the first time in an Aces uniform, I'd make darn well sure I didn't get picked off in the first inning, eh?
That would be the worst thing to happen. You're right.
But he's stretching that lead a little bit. I hope Moylan gives him the goal. Oh.
Yeah, he's trying to throw.
Yeah.
Bottom of 3, 7-inning ball game. That's hit into center field. Is it playable? No. But
Good
he
job.
kept it in front of him, didn't he? Areola did a nice job of that. Could have easily gotten by him, but the Aces have runners on first and second.
Yeah, well struck ball, too. Yeah, and cap off to Areola because that is such an easy ball to misjudge. And gosh. And he went hard after it, but he made sure he could get by.
That's the thing. He went so hard at it, I thought maybe he was going to get under him, but you're right. He blocked it, did a nice job as Jack Barry steps up. Struck out looking his first time up, but here's a real opportunity to bring some runs around. 3 hits tonight for the Melbourne Aces.
Obviously, they're not going to hold George on at first, so he's scoring on a double.
That is a breaking ball low. 1 ball. No strikes. 2 outs.
Yeah, so he'll be off at the crack of the bat.
Light body keeping Willis a little bit close to second. Now shuffles back as Barry looks at ball 2. Excuse me. 2-0. Wind picking up a little bit here at Melbourne Ballpark. Got a late start if you're just joining us. Rain delay. Field still a little bit wet and patchy around the bases too. Warning track and left as well. That's grounded in the left field for a base hit. Willis rounds third. Here comes the throw. No, it's bobbled in left field. Willis scores. Aces lead. George into third safely, and Jack Barry heads into second. Aces lead it 1-0.
I think the home fans are glad they came out to the ballpark tonight.
How about that?
That's fun baseball. 3 singles in a row. Gives you a lot of action. Look, there would have maybe been a throw to the plate, but I don't think they would have got Willis his speed as we're talking about. But in the end, the bobbles what got George to third, and now that means 2 runners are going to score on another hit instead of 1. So it could be an important error in the big scope of the game, but let's just see how it plays out. It's going to be on on Perkins next.
Yeah, Partington really made a bit of a meal of it out there in left field. I agree with you. I don't think he would have gotten Willis, but potentially a play at third if he makes that cleanly.
And it probably makes the play that Arriola made that much more impressive, because I think the wet turf's playing into any ball on the outfield grass tonight. So, yeah.
Kyle Perkins now with a chance to bring a couple more in. He's grounded at the third, scooped up by Liam Bull. Throw is a little bit low, but he's got it. Aces get a run.
A little anxious there. That ball is on the outer half. That wasn't the pitch he wanted. Just a little anxious in the excitement of the inning, I think.
Aces get a run. They lead it here 1-0 as we head to the top of the 4th. Back after this.
The Aces want to thank sponsor Cyclone, leading supplier of landscaping tools in Australia and New Zealand, and built to last a lifetime. Cyclone, the right tool for the job. Now down on the ground.
Hi.
Hi.
We were thinking of having a cruisy day.
Maybe grab a pastry and a coffee.
See some street art.
Maybe go to a museum.
Grab a gelato.
And have afternoon tea.
Any suggestions?
Boy, in Melbourne, you can uncover some of the city's most revered places of significance to Aboriginal people and understand the locals who were and still are to Aboriginal existence. We'd like to thank the City of Melbourne and the State of Victoria for making this series happen and for giving us this insight into Aboriginal culture.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Ed Wyatt, Rob Novotny, joined by a very special guest, 7-time national champion, long-time Australian national team player, player of the year, I want to say, back in 2012. Amy McCann, how are you?
Great to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely right. We've got a 1-0 lead for the Aces.
And Kennedy's still on to throw.
Kennedy's still on. Donald Lutz stepping up. How good is it to have baseball back, Amy?
Oh, it is fantastic. And look, the old adage, a quick game's a good game, but no, not when we're straight back. We want this game to go all night.
It's a very good point. Good breaking ball that just misses 1-1.
Yeah, he did well not to leave that too much over the plate. He would have been Lutz's hitting zone, so he did a good job actually to miss inside with that. See it?
Oh, dude, that's a great pitch.
Froze him. Boy, lefty might like to get on that pitch, but he's got to know it's coming. Not 2 in a row.
Kennedy looks really in like mid-season form to me.
Yeah, he really does. Obviously, the shorter game today will be interesting to see how long they leave him out there, but there's no reason to take him out anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. As Lutz fouls that away, stays alive, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It looked like slider away. It's a little tough to see from up here, but yeah, good location on that pitch as well. He's still looking quite sharp.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's grounded to Barry. He'll make that play easily. Going to take it himself. Yep. 1 away. Got plenty to talk about you, Amy, but have you settled down yet from the World Series win by your Atlanta Braves? Are you over it yet?
No, I'll never be over that. I think my Twitter account got the work out of the millennium. So it's, yeah, look, obviously here, home of Ronald Acuna and Pete Moylan down on the Aces coaching staff down there. I'm still living it.
Yeah, there was a real Melbourne feel to it, wasn't there, in many ways with that. That's popped up into right field.
Bertucci's
going to be handled by Bertucci. Down goes Mitch Edwards, 2 away. Yeah, there was a real Melbourne feel to that World Series. Of course, Peter Moylan. It's been a long time coming for those Braves fans. Yeah, exactly. I remember that for sure. That was quite a team. But now we're focusing on Australian baseball.
Yeah, Wingrove singled in his last at bat. Hit it hard, if I remember right, under the glove of Barry.
The only hit, in fact, so far tonight for the Adelaide Giants. Aces lead 1-0, top of 4.
He's a big boy.
Sure is.
He's tucked in his back pocket. That's good. It's a bit of a faux pas there. Earlier with the back pocket hanging out.
Now, a little bit later, we're keen to get Amy's thoughts on Genevieve Beacom, the 17-year-old left-handed pitcher who is a real phenom. As Kennedy, another quick inning.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Does it himself. And we'll take a break as we head to the bottom of the 4th with the Aces still leading at 1-0.
We're thinking of grabbing a bite tonight. Any new places close by?
Well, actually... Oh, and there's also...
Oh,
I think 20's enough.
yeah, that should do us.
Melbourne Ballpark is the site of the Melbourne Challenge. Aces and the Adelaide Giants. It's 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Ed White, Rob Navani, Amy McCann with you. Genevieve Beacom, 17-year-old, 6'1", left-hander, pitching in the Division I baseball here. This is a remarkable story, isn't it?
And nudging 84.
Yes, 84
miles
miles an hour. How about that?
It's absolutely phenomenal. We haven't seen anything like it in not just women's baseball, because she's got a really unique pathway through the sport. She started in the junior boys, and she's hit teenage, stayed with them, and now we see her, as you said, Division I in Sandringham, and it's not just, she's not just here making up numbers wearing a top. She has more than deserved and earned her spot out there.
Well, you and I were talking with Graham Lloyd before it, and he was just effusive in his praise, talking about the potential for her speed to improve and saying he really wanted to get her in the game tonight. Don't think it'll happen with a shortened game personally, but, he's really, really high on her, as is John Diebel. Jared Cruz pops that into right field, and Max Stagg comes over and makes another decent play. Wasn't sure he was going to get there, but he did in the end. One away.
Again, and he's playing in a ballpark he's never played in before, and he's made 2 nifty catches out in right field on tough balls.
Certainly has. But it's interesting when you get into these situations where people go, it's a gimmick. You got a woman on a man's team. It's a gimmick. And this is not a gimmick. John Diebel has said it. Graham Lloyd has said it. This is a legitimate prospect.
100%. I mean, you only look at the coaching staffs of both teams out there today. You've got 4 major leaguers. You've got two with Pete and Graham on that side. And you've got a guy like Graham's got a couple of World Series rings. And this is no marketing gimmick. She has the stuff.
Going to be fascinating to see. Really can't wait to see her come out here and pitch. And as Graham said, a lot of these guys are, Division I type players, and she's going to be pitching against them. She has pitched against them. She's not going to be intimidated. That's a ground ball right up the middle. And a base hit for Nick Bertucci. Welcome to the big leagues. Can we say that?
Yeah. Noonborn missed again a couple on the outside corner. That's where he's been struggling a bit as of late. And then he had to come straight down the middle with the 2-0. And, Bertucci took advantage of it to his credit. Grounded out in his first at-bat. Now he's got his first hit.
Brings up Marcus Graham. Grounded out his first time up.
Yeah, really, Amy, a left-handed prospect throwing 84 at 17 years old is going to be of interest regardless.
100%.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as he touched on, Ed, she's not going to be intimidated out there. She hasn't come from playing against women her whole career. She's done this since she was 9. We started hearing about her 8 years ago when she was striking out boys at 12-year-old. She was the only girl at the Cal Ripken World Series. Only girl on the first girl on the 16 state team. She's 17 and she's got a resume that's enviable already. So she's not going to be phased out there.
2-0 offering once again.
Sliced out of play.
And he had a pitch to hit there.
Am I right to say she's looking at maybe going to the U.S. and playing some college ball? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, she's keen to obviously study psychology over in the U.S.
Right.
And yeah, look, she's got that arm. You'd be definitely putting your hand up, and it's a great position at the moment as we take this pitch.
That gets past the catcher. He doesn't know where it is.
Oh, he's going to go all the way to third.
And Bertucci's going to push it and get all the way to third. That is some heads-up running from youngster Nick Bertucci, who's, let's be honest, not exactly Usain Bolt out there, but he rounded second with a purpose and got an extra base.
And he slid like he knew what he was doing. That was a great slide. It's the small things. You miss baseball. It's these little things that get you excited about the game being played well. And hats off to Bertucci on that one.
Interesting. Edwards a bit of a veteran behind the plate, and he's really struggled here with a couple of walls.
Can't blame the new LED lighting. It's fantastic. It used to be a bit dim.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it cut my career short. I couldn't see at night, but anyway.
That's a good story, whether it's true or not.
Yeah, I think it was more the talent, Ed, but anyway.
I was going to say, they cut my career short, too.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Oh, Graham looks at a tough strike 3.
Yes. What's that, second strikeout so far? Third strikeout of the game. No, fourth strikeout of the game. Sorry,
fourth
strikeout.
Yeah. So Bronson Neve steps up now. You've played a lot of ball, Amy. You would know, what are these guys from Division I feeling as they step into this ballpark tonight?
Well, I know Bronson pretty well. He's a Green Hills Montmorency boy, so there's a few in his family. He's got a young sister coming up too, so hopefully he can follow in his ranks. So look, I think while we're not battling for ABL ladder points tonight, there's 6 teenagers and debutantes out here who, you put that jersey on and they're going to fight like it's a World Series final.
Ooh, good fastball, swing and a miss.
Not bad, even after that off-speed miss. Really changed his plane of that pitch and got him chasing. And that's the second run of the game there. We're in a 1-0 ball game.
Yeah, that's
here,
right.
And it's a short game. That runner on third means a lot right here.
Very good point, Rob.
And behind the plate, nothing better get by.
Yep.
You know, got to keep everything in front of you if you're Edwards. Oh, and there he does it. Good job, Mitch Edwards.
Nice job, Coach.
Yeah, that was a tough one too, because that was so far in front of the plate. You almost had to play it like an infielder on a short hop.
Exactly.
You couldn't go down to normal blocking position. So that was a hell of a block. And that's the difference between a guy, lets a few balls get by, and when he doesn't let the ball get by with the runner on third, that tells you what he's made of.
Yeah, it's a really good point. 2 balls and a strike now, 2 outs. Man on third.
Oh,
good breaking ball.
I'm surprised he hasn't used that a little bit more. It's been effective for him, and he's missed a lot of outside pitches, and I might have favored the breaking ball a bit more. But hey, he's only given up 1 run despite 5 hits, so must be doing something right.
You're absolutely right. Here's the 3-2 pitch.
Yeah.
Got him. Another strikeout.
Does Edwards have the earpiece to the booth?
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, nice job.
5 Ks on the night, 1 hit, but no runs for the Aces. We're through 4, only 3 to go. We'll head to the top of the 5th. After this, you're watching the Melbourne Challenge.
Hi.
Hi.
We were thinking of having a cruisy day.
Maybe grab a pastry and a coffee.
See some street art.
Maybe go to a museum
Grab a gelato.
and have afternoon tea.
Any suggestions?
Welcome back to the Melbourne Challenge. Ed Wyatt, Rob Novotny, and Amy McCann with you. Melbourne Aces lead the Adelaide Giants 1-0. We've got ourselves a pitching change.
I think that looks like Daniel McGrath.
Yeah, I think you might be right, Dan McGraw.
Yeah.
It is indeed the big left-hander, 27-year-old, who's been at some injury-riddled, some time off, but was an outstanding prospect years ago. Make no mistake about it. 14 innings pitched last season. Was 0-2, but he really has an ability, and as we talked about, a left-hand pitcher that can really throw. He's legit, no doubt about it.
Yeah, Dan and Louis Thorpe, obviously teammates all through the junior ranks at the Doncaster Baseball Club, and set off to the US at the same time. And Dan did some really good work over there in the Boston Red Sox minor leagues, and obviously we saw Louis Thorpe hit the majors, so some really good results there for Doncaster. Maybe a little bit biased there. Please don't.
Nothing wrong with that.
Don't shoot the messenger.
No, you're absolutely right. 2019 with Portland AA over there, 7-1 with a 1.68 ERA.
Can you believe it's his 7th season with the Aces?
It's hard to believe, isn't it? He's kind of been in and out a little bit, but great to see him back here pitching. And you'll face Lightbody, Areola, and Liam Bull here.
Oh, he flew out to Barry over at first, and that nice play over in the wet behind first base last at bat. That was, again, a nice play for our guy.
So closes the book on Kennedy.
Yeah, nice job by Kennedy. He threw 55 pitches. You thought maybe you could go another one, but in a short game, and you want to be careful with your guys. And what, he had 4 strikeouts again, no walks.
4 strikeouts, 1 hit, no runs,
and no walks.
And he's our no walk man.
Yeah, got to keep it going. you love that from a pitch. Sorry, I'm stating the obvious, but isn't that nice?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So McGraw on, Aces lead 1-0. It's a 7-inning game, shortened because of the lengthy rain delay.
Oh, nice pitch on the corner. Strike call by home plate umpire Neil Poulton.
I think he's been pretty consistent, which is the one thing I always ask for with an umpire.
Yeah.
We've had a few issues here in the ABL over the years. try to maintain my... Oh, crowd catch. How about that?
Did you get that on camera?
Look at that.
Oh. Get that man a Coke.
Or sign him to a contract.
Yeah.
Get him out
Goodness
there.
gracious.
What a grab. There's a weak grounder to second. Scooped up easily by Skinner as my pages fly all over the
I like that Sam
booth.
Skinner showed up for us in a pinch. I can remember a lot of games where I played second base and batted ninth, so he's my guy tonight.
He's done really well.
Yeah.
So 1 away.
That brings up Brody Areola.
Does indeed.
Yeah, and did I mention before? Yeah, he was in that Super League All-Star game, and he led the Northern Marlins with a couple hits over the Western Rays. That was another quick inning.
Grounded to short. Scooped by Jared Cruz. 2 down.
Makes that look easy.
Yeah,
Sorry, and we're missing our chance to chat to Amy a little bit more. And obviously you're not just you've had a distinguished career as a player, starting off in 2002 for the Australian team, winning a championship at the Women's World Series, and quite a long road after that. But you're also involved now as a board member for Baseball Victoria.
Yes, I am. Yeah, in addition to obviously putting on the headset every so often. I've into the boardroom now with Baseball Victoria, and it's been fantastic. It's been a steep learning curve, but just giving back now that I've sort of hung up the cleats, giving back with some, I guess, pen and paper.
Yeah, we had a chance to chat a bit about that before the game, and yeah, your passion and commitment is unwavered. I think, and as you mentioned before, we kind of all grow and mature over time, and then the ability to take that and give it back to the sports, really respect that a great deal. Throw it over to you, Ed, here for the pitch.
Swing and a miss. Liam Bull missed badly on that one. 2 outs, still 1-0. As you mentioned, it sort of seems like the Aces have a bigger lead because they have 5 hits, and still it's 1-0.
Yeah, one swing of the bat.
Good pitch from McGraw.
No runs, no
That's
hits.
quick.
Nobody on base.
No runs, no hits. We will head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Aces still lead at 1-0.
We're thinking of grabbing a bite tonight. Any new places close by?
Well, actually... Oh, and there's also...
Oh,
I think 20's enough.
yeah, that should do us.
From live music, comedy, to theaters filled with everything from musicals to cabaret, Melbourne is a festival city celebrated in light after dark. Lots to see in Melbourne.
Indeed there is, Ed. I love the live music scene here in town. Just fantastic.
And of course, recovering from the restrictions and things like that, all the more important to get out and support it and do what you can to get the music and art scene back on its feet. It is indeed a great city for that. Kids enjoying the night here at Melbourne Ballpark. The Melbourne Challenge moves to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Aces lead Adelaide 1-0. And it will be Sam Skinner.
That's our guy, Sam Skinner.
Struck out his first time up. Let's see what he can do here. Makes contact. That's a start.
Yeah.
Interesting here from the Giants. We see Newborn coming out again. He's obviously, if you can retire Skinner here, is set to face the lineup for a 3rd time. We talked about that 1-run lead. Feels like it's a lot more. So interesting here from the Giants.
And he came into the inning with 63 pitches as well, so he's going to be well into the 70s before he finishes. I guess it depends on the work he's been getting in club ball and then the Super League back in Adelaide, of course.
Yeah, and we know that the Adelaide Giants have a pretty deep pitching roster here with 10 people under the guidance of Liam, Josh Spence. I'm sorry, Liam is his brother, who's right. Doing well over in the States at the moment.
Yeah, I got a text from my dad at some point, there's an Aussie playing for Tennessee. I'm like, yeah, I know, Dad. I follow it. But yeah, great to see.
Doing really great things over there.
That misses outside. Good eye from Skinner.
Yeah, it'd be easy to get anxious, wouldn't it? And especially when you're having a little trouble catching up to the fastball.
Correct.
So that's good work by him.
Counts 3-1 now. Maybe he can weasel his way into a base on balls. It's a good pitch. Strike. In fact, we haven't seen a walk tonight, have we, Rob?
No.
I don't think we've had a walk.
And, for the number 9 hitter, you look at that pitch, maybe you don't want to take that, but if the number 9 hitter leading off the inning, not a bad idea.
Agree. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fouled away, stays alive.
Yeah.
Good stuff from the youngster.
Yeah. Sandringham, you've done a good job. Skinner's a nice young ball player.
Home of Genevieve Beacom as well.
There we go. Yeah, it's a pretty solid ball club from what I have been able to ascertain over the years. 3-2 pitch. Got him. Oh.
No.
Did he get the walk?
No, he got the walk. Third base umpire Casey Cook said no, and
how
there you
about
go.
that? First walk of the game.
And it just gets back to him just waiting it out in the count, fouling off pitches. He's got a chance to get a result for the team. Leadoff runner here in the 5th. This is late in the ball game in a 7-inning game.
It is.
So in a 1-run game, he's an important runner at first.
And here's our Mr. 2 for 2, Aiden Willis. Takes a ball inside.
Interesting to see down left field line whether that sparks any movement in the Giants bullpen.
Well, Ed's got the binoculars.
I do. They're high-powered as well.
Again, we're just not throwing well to the outside corner with Newborn, and it's easy to easy to be critical, but that's a part of the game that's let him down a little bit today. And I'd like to see a bit more off speed from him.
2 balls, no strikes. Don't see any action at the moment in the bullpen.
This is where he got his hit in his first at bat, 2-0 on a fastball.
Grounded to second.
Not
Play
gonna
there
double
by
him up.
light body. Over for 2. Not going to get the double play. 1 away.
Too fast to double him up. I was thinking that before the at-bat, during the at-bat, but I didn't want to say it and jinx him.
Just a little bit of a fumble there if we see on the replay from the second baseman. They just
Again.
couldn't quite grip the ball in his glove, and I think that cost that second out.
Yeah, I still don't think they were going to get him. He was well past the bag, to be honest. But the replay will tell.
So 1 away on that fielder's choice. Puts
But at least they would have had a chance, right?
Willis on first. They got some speed now on first with Darryl George up. Singled his last time up. That's it sharply past Liam Bull at third. Can't make the play. Willis is going to stop and head back to second.
I'm going to see what the scorers call that.
That's got to be a hit.
Oh, it's gotta be.
I don't know.
Come on, Rob.
Can you tap on the scorers window?
Surely that's a hit.
First baseman for your Melbourne Aces, Jack.
Willis moves to second.
Called a hit.
That's a hit.
All right, just checking.
That was always a hit.
Oh, sometimes.
I don't think Brooks Robinson makes that play, to use an outdated third baseman reference.
We've got an 18-year-old rookie third baseman there. If he comes up, if he comes up with that play, I'm going down to the field to high-five him right there. That is that was an absolute monster of a hit from George, King of Altona, Darryl George. It's
Fair enough. Well said, guys.
He's going to stay with him.
See Josh Spence heading out to the mound, have a chat to Newborn there. You get the feeling here in the 5th here, we talk about that 1-run lead, feeling like more that this is,
Yeah, 1 out, runners on first and second. Jack Barry up, who
And his pitch count's up in the low 70s.
singled last time, yeah.
Interesting spot in the ball game.
Let's see what Barry can do.
Oh, there he got that outside corner.
He did. For strike 1.
Probably Spence suggested an adjustment.
Hey, I've been listening to the broadcast, and this guy keeps saying hit the outside corner.
Yeah.
You ought to try that.
I think Spence knows a bit more than I do. Marlins, Yankees, Padres organization, pitching coach in the Padres minor leagues. Actually, currently a minor Cape Cod pitching coach in the College Woodbat League. Oh, there's that off speed as well.
That's a great pitch.
Nice pitch.
Quick 2 strikes on Barry. And see the flags in left field blowing a bit. It's getting a bit windier here, but it's not going to help a fly ball because it seems to be coming in. Newborn taking his time here. Big pitch coming up. Just misses outside corner.
But right on it, it could have gone either way, and that's a good pitch there. Maybe a little bit of a benefit in a 1-0-2 count, perhaps, on the call. I don't want to disparage Neil Poulton, but that's kind of the nature of the game, generally speaking, not any one umpire. 1-2 count.
Runners on first and second, 1 out.
Ooh.
Just missed again.
Yeah.
2-2.
talking about adjustments before, Amy, it is so much easier up here in the booth, either than being a player or being a coach, actually having to get a result out of the player. You know, we got it easy up here tonight.
There's the 2-2 pitch. Barry swings a little nubber that's going to be a tough play for Bull, and he's not going to get there in time. He throws it away. And that will score a run. Aces 2-0 on a little bumbling nubber down third base, and Bull, youngster, probably should have held on to that.
Oh, look, it shows what happens when you put the ball into play. Anything can happen, and we know we were all here. We saw the rain that hit the field. We've seen the streets that are flooded behind the ground. So there could have been a little bit of moisture there in the ground still. May have just slipped out of his hand there.
Yeah, indeed. And then, you know, we're just talking about maturing and growing and learning from experiences. Those are the plays that we've all made when we were young and made that mistake, and we realized that's where you eat the ball. But you, as a young person, you want to prove what you can do and make the great play, and that's what Bull was trying to do there. Unfortunately, this is a lesson learning moment, I guess, instead.
Brings up Perkins.
As we said, though, before, with the 6 rookies out there and so many teenagers pulling on that jersey for the first time, it can only do good things for your career to have these moments so early in your career.
Oh, again, he's finding the outside corner. Even if he's not hitting every time, he's right around it. So it's maybe Spence did suggest an adjustment. I don't know, but he certainly made an improvement. And this late in the game, that's pretty good.
To be honest, too, it's been a pretty clean game. Few balls behind catcher and error here and there, but really has been pretty clean as that's fouled back into the net. Perkins 0 for 2 tonight, a fly out and a ground out. 2 balls and a strike. Aces lead it 2-0 now. And the bottom of the 5th game is only 7 innings tonight because of the rain delay. That's hit a mile high. Center fielder Areola calls for it and makes the play. Here comes a play at home. Not in time. George scores again. Sacrifice fly.
That's a second run of the game. Feels like a lot.
Third
run of the game. Feels like a lot. Willis had already scored.
Oh.
Correction, Daryl George called out at third for leading early.
Oh.
I'm sorry, that's a bad call. I'm sorry, I watched it from up here. I made sure to look. I'm sorry to say it, that's a bad call. The replay will prove it.
Well, we can see Pete Moylan coming out to
this
to
is
have
the
a
one
chat.
to argue about.
We're going to stay with it here.
Yeah, bring us a replay,
second.
guys.
Just going to
There's
stick
no
with
way
it
he
and
left.
see the
There's no way
replay.
he left early.
Here we go. Let's have a look. So George, he's off to the left if we're going to see it. Catch is...
No way he left early.
That's a... Ooh.
Yeah, sorry, it's just not a good call, and that's just the way it is.
I think you're absolutely right. All right, we better get a break. We'll be back right after this.
Hi.
Hi.
We were thinking of having a cruisy day.
Maybe grab a pastry and a coffee.
See some street art.
Maybe go to a museum.
Grab a gelato.
And have afternoon tea.
Any suggestions?
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark, the Melbourne Challenge. There's Daryl George called out for leaving early on a sacrifice fly. We watched the replay. Very, very questionable. But what's done is done. Aces lead at 2-0, and we are in the top of the 6th. And it's Max Stagg who grounded out his first time up against Dan McGraw. Ed Wyatt, Rob Novotny, Amy McCann with you. First of 3, game tomorrow night, same time. Well, not same time, but scheduled for same time, 7:05 local. That's grounded right back to McGraw. He could pretty much walk that over and underhand it for the first out.
Daniel McGrath pitching like he's double parked tonight. He's made quick work of the 4 batters he's faced so far.
Certainly has. 3 ground outs and a strikeout. Darcy Berry now. He flew out, lined out to second his first time up.
Well, Amy, you made a good point between innings as well, just on the Darryl George tag up. It is. Ooh.
That's hit sharply into center. It's going to be a base hit. Darcy Berry opens his account.
Yeah. Just, it is what it is in terms of how the play was called. But at the end of the day, there's no way, as you said, there's no way he's going to leave early because it's a deep enough ball, young player.
And he's a veteran player. He's not going to press on that. They've already got the 2-run lead. He's looking for that 3rd run, and yeah, I'm just surprised by that. Of course, umpires all across Australia do a great job. Not going to get every call right, but let's just hope that doesn't cost the Aces on the end of the scoreboard.
We should mention we forced Amy to say that all umpires across Australia do a great job. No, I'm just kidding. I agree with you 100%. As I said earlier in the game, you want consistency. Calls like that are pretty rare, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
we haven't seen many of those over the years.
Yeah.
And of course, we've got the best view in the house up here. It's easy.
Correct. Oh, they've got him picked off. Run down, and
he might have got away.
He got in.
Yeah, it looks like he might have.
He got in.
And I'll tell you what, we are not in position to see that better than second base umpire Jeff Dunn. And he's good. They're all good umpires, of course, but I suspect he was.
They got Berry as the lights go out here. As Berry.
Oh, I wish you could see this, folks. You're getting the replay, but nobody was covering third. And then he took off, and then the lights went out. You can't believe it. Ed, I've never seen that in baseball before. Wow.
So you can see it now. The lights have gone out here.
It might be exhibition baseball.
At Melbourne Ballpark. Berry was caught in a rundown here. We'll see the replay. So Berry's on first. McGraw working out of the stretch.
Is it curfew?
And they got him picked off. He runs down. You can see avoids the tag here. Amazingly gets his hand on the bag, and then as Rob pointed out, no one was on third because they were sort of standing around and arguing or whatever. You can see Darryl George kind of walking, and what a smart play.
That's great heads-up baseball.
By Darcy Berry, the youngster.
Yeah, you can see he saw that on his own too. The third base coach wasn't in his eye line, and I think that he's to pick that up as such a young player. That's great skills.
So here are the pictures.
I'm not sure. In your time of view,
it's 10 o'clock.
No.
Is this a 10 o'clock curfew?
We've gone way past 10. I can tell you that. My gut feeling is that because of the strange weather, we've had today, there might be some sort of transformer power issue. Luckily, the scoreboard's still going.
Well, I might take a moment to tell my 12-year-old and 9-year-old it is 10 o'clock, and if you're still up watching the game, maybe it's time for bed.
I've got a 13-year-old. I guarantee he's up. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, the question, are they watching us or are they watching their iPads? That's the question.
He is probably doing some Formula One research. He's a big Formula One geek, so he's probably doing some research on that at the moment.
Yeah,
we'll wait for instructions here. We'll stay with you until we sort of figure out what's going on here. Aces are leading it 2-0. Somewhere, perhaps, there's an Adelaide Giants person who just pulled a plug somewhere. What do you think?
I don't know. But I've just never seen anything like that.
I haven't either.
In all of my years, I've never had the lights turn out in the middle of a game. It's I've trained under some questionable lights in my time at this stadium, in fact. But yeah, it's a shame because we know the great work. And here we go.
Let there be light.
And it's a full credit to Brett Ralph and the Aces, the new LED lights that they've put in recently. It's you turn them off, you turn them on. It's great, fantastic.
Now it looks as if they've sent Berry back to second. Possibly because of the light situation.
Well, the Aces got a break there.
They sure did.
I think they did.
Cleaning away.
They sure did.
And hats off to Berry.
That's a great play by an 18-year-old kid.
By the way, he was a shortstop. He's a shortstop for the Western Rays in the Adelaide Super League. They finished minor league premiers and
but
lost
couldn't
that
get past the Northern Marlins.
No, they could not. But boy, With Darcy Berry playing shortstop, I can see why they finished well. Smart young player.
So Barry's on second. There's one out, and Jack Partington, the leadoff hitter, is up, and he's 0 for 2 tonight. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Well, we've just about seen everything tonight.
Yeah, it's almost like the lights went off, like to aid him to steal the base.
Oh, boy. Well, the good news is the lights are back on. We're playing ball. Top of the 6th inning.
Oh.
That's line to first. Nice play by Barry. He's going to take it himself. 2 outs, but...
And look, a good piece of hitting by Partington as well, because at the end of the day, that was a productive at bat. It gets the runner to third.
Yep.
A wild pitch, a bobble ball in the wet infield is going to score a run now when it otherwise might not have before. So ideally you want to hit here, but you have a hitter come up with a good approach that shows a quality. Another young hitter facing ABL action for the first time, showing some smart baseball. Him and Barry back to back. Nice job.
And then you got a veteran coming in, Donald Lutz. He's 0 for 2, but we know he can hit. We know he can deliver big hits. So you're right. That could be a crucial move, getting Barry over to third.
There's one of those pitches that could get by, but a nice block behind the plate. Perkins.
Yep.
Nice job. Again, as I said earlier, I'm still a card-carrying member of the Catchers Union, so yeah, I'd buy Perkins a drink. Good job.
That's lined sharply down the first base line, but foul.
Yeah, got around it.
Way ahead of that, wasn't he? It's a dual citizen, Lutz, German-Australian citizen.
Yeah, I saw that. Great game notes, by the way, today. Well done.
Thank you. Did my best. They're not Nick Batter's game notes. Nick was a consummate professional, incredibly
He didn't have a day
organized.
job. He didn't have a day job here either, did he?
Well, that's a good point. He was an Aces employee. No, he worked very hard, Nick, and doing great things with Northwest Arkansas Naturals is where he is now.
Oh, another nice block. And if we might just take a moment to wish Nick well and say that he's missed here in Melbourne.
Absolutely.
Really missed. Glad you gave me and Amy a chance, pal, but you're missed. And yeah, I've been watching the broadcast going, I'm not going to be able to replace that guy, so I just got to come in and be me. And same with Amy, right? Just do our best.
You can't see us winking when we say, hurry back, Nick.
That one's in the dirt again, so McGraw having a little trouble here. Now, it's great to have both you guys along, Rob Novotny and Amy McCann in the booth. Look, we weren't sure we could be doing any of this year, so every little bit we get is a real blessing, a real treat, to be honest with you. We weren't sure if we're going to have any baseball to call at all. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Oh, fooled him badly.
Yeah. But that's a pitch he got him to fall off before, and yeah, just took that little bit more off it, and yeah. Nice pitch.
This could be the pitch of the game right now. McGrath versus Lutz, scoreline.
Good point. Got him.
Oh.
How about that? McGraw comes through.
I think that was on the pitch, not on the swing, by the way, as well. Could have gone to check swing, but I don't think he went.
No runs and a hit. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Aces still lead at 2-0.
Hi.
Hi.
We were thinking of having a cruisy day.
Maybe grab a pastry and a coffee.
See some street art.
Maybe go to a museum.
Grab a gelato.
And have afternoon tea.
Any suggestions?
Melbourne's laneways are also home to a range of world-class restaurants, an eclectic collection of bars, galleries, and boutiques, and of course, cafes that deliver outstanding coffee, some of the world's best coffee. It's fair to say you'll be pleasantly surprised by what you can discover in the laneways of Melbourne. Welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th inning. Fans having a good time. They weren't sure what they were going to see when they showed up, and it was pouring rain and the field was covered, but great work by the grounds crew, Mick Wern and co. And we got some
Ace the Wonder Dog.
Ace the Wonder Dog as we head. It's a 7-inning game. Ed White, Rob Novotny, Amy McCann with you. New pitcher is Sam Street, former Melbourne Ace, taking the mound for Adelaide.
Cruz 0 for 2 on the night, hoping to break through with a hit here. Some nice plays at short. He's really been making it look easy. Glad to have him.
First pitch is a strike inside. Sam Street, just one of those good baseball names. 5-year ABL veteran, 4 years here with the Aces, 1 with Canberra. Was a member of Team Australia. Played in the 2017 World Baseball Classic, 2019 Premier 12. Was in the Pirates organization for a little while. Now he's pitching for the Giants.
Bit up and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cruz 0 for 2 tonight, strikeout and a flyout. And you can add another strikeout to that.
Just a funny looking pitch. You looked like he didn't want to leave it, but it just kept drifting inside, and he couldn't pull his hands in far enough.
Brings up Nick Bertucci, 1 for 2 tonight, ground out and singled. Made it all the way to third.
Yeah, did that nice slide into third as well. Oh,
and that's
get another hit.
Drop. No. Thought the same thing, but ends up heading right to Max Staggs. A little bit of action out there.
Yeah, Staggs
friend
well.
Max done well.
Looks like Bertucci just got that a little bit off the end of the bat. Just needed to let it travel a little bit deeper.
Marcus Graham, now the designated hitter, steps in. He's 0 for 2, ground out and looked at a third strike in the 4th inning.
Now, Amy, you're going to be joining us all weekend.
I know.
If she wants to. She may not want to. She may leave this and go, that's it. Those guys gave me nothing.
Let's check out the post-game spread, then we'll get back to you.
Oh, everyone that knows me knows I could talk about baseball with sand in my mouth underwater.
That's
Love
good.
it.
Yeah, and we're this has been a real quick game. We're limited to 7 innings, but just letting people know we're going to spend some time talking about women's baseball with you this weekend. Your career, we'll come back to that in just a second. Oh, nice movement on the ball tonight. 1-2 count.
Street looking pretty sharp here.
Yeah, goodness.
Quick 2 strikes on Marcus Graham. With the big bender there, didn't he?
Yeah, that almost came in the back door. Goodness gracious.
I think the wind nearly just caught the black there.
Jeez.
Nice pitch.
2-2 is the count. 2 outs. Bottom of 6. Got it. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, very
for
impressive.
Sam Street, who makes quick work of that. Aces, no runs, no hits. We're headed to the final inning, potentially. The top of the 7th in a shortened game. Aces lead at 2-0 back after this.
Hi.
Hi.
We were thinking of having a cruisy day.
Maybe grab a pastry and a coffee.
See some street art.
Maybe go to a museum.
Grab a gelato.
And have afternoon tea.
Any suggestions?
Recently, I've been working very closely with Light and Easy, and I'm going to fill you in on a little secret. They don't make diet food. Instead, they create nutritious and delicious food for you to enjoy to help manage your weight, improve your health, and also save you time. And that same great food can help minimise your chances of suffering many illnesses later in life. So, the secret to losing weight and being healthy is simply eating delicious food. Try Light and Easy for yourself.
Melbourne Fashion and Retail. Whether you're searching for locally made threads, European designer wares, or high street fashion, the city's most fashionable strips are all conveniently connected by a grand historic arcades, laneways, and walkways. Melbourne Fashion and Retail.
Is indeed very fashionable, and I gave you that read because when I look at you, Rob, I think fashion. I figured you're going to do that read better than I'm going to do it.
You know, I hate to even say this, but I suppose my fashion taste is so bad that my partner got me these nice sneakers for Christmas, right?
Those
These
are
heel
nice.
figures, yeah, they're fantastic, and you know, that's the only way I have nice clothes is that intelligent people buy them for me. So shout out to my partner Phoebe, thank you.
Rob Novotny, Ed White, Amy McCann here for what could be the final inning, a shortened game tonight because of the rain delay. Dan McGraw still on the mound. Mitch Edwards, Rickson Wingrove, Mitch Lightbody. Edwards swing and a miss. Should also mention there are fireworks after the game, so there'll be a quick farewell here when this one wraps up. But tomorrow night we'll have a little more opportunity to do some post-match interviews and things like that, as that is fouled up into the crowd. Do we see another repeat of the party deck? No, it just goes over the party deck.
And just getting back to, we got another couple 9-inning games, so we're a little bit curfew limited on Sunday, so Adelaide makes their flight. But we're really thrilled to have Amy McCann here because she started her women's baseball career for the national team in 2002. And if you think about that, and maybe you don't want to, Amy, but that's 20 years. But even before that, we're about 25 years into women's baseball being played. Start first here in Victoria in the mid-'90s.
Yep.
So it's really great. I think we'll have a nice chance to just talk through your career a little bit, Amy, and that'll intersect with a lot of the history of our game.
Yeah, appreciate that. And obviously...
Another strikeout from McGraw.
Yeah, McGrath again. He's looking forward to getting home quickly. He's
Sure is.
Yeah, look, and obviously there's a lot of talk around the women's ABL and potential around that starting, and we saw a showcase in Adelaide last year, and we're looking forward to a showcase in Geelong in May. So a lot of really good things and some really good support of women's baseball by the ABL and the clubs.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Really looking forward to getting into it with you this weekend.
Yeah, well, we've seen such... Oh, and that hits Rickson Wingrove, and he's off to first, hit by pitch. I was just going to say, we've seen such great strides made by AFLW, by WBBL. Be great to see baseball follow that same path. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Be fantastic.
Hey, guys, we're one swing away now, by the way. And the flags are blowing in a little bit.
I thought about that with
yeah.
Lutz, and then when Amy mentioned that was a big at-bat last inning, he puts that over, and we're all tied up. So you're right. Wingrove on first, and Mitch Lightbody at the plate. Not convinced he's got Lutz power.
No, that's true.
But one out, runner
especially
on.
the name Light Body. Get to the gym, Mr.
Very
Light
true.
Body. I'm sorry,
Very true.
and I'm sorry to your family, or I'm not trying to say anything at all, just to have a little bit of fun at the ballpark. He's out there playing. We're just talking about it. So
Here
much
come the
credit.
complaints. No,
Yeah, much
just
credit
kidding.
to Mitch Lightbody. Let's see what he can do.
He's done well tonight. McGraw delivers, swing and a miss, 2 quick strikes.
We saw Lightbody, he's light-footed. He nearly beat out a single to second baseman last time up to bat. So he puts this ball into play. They're going to have to turn a quick double play.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from McGraw. A little bit low, ball 1.
He definitely was dealing last inning. Let's see what we get here with the hit batter, and see where we go.
Pete Moylan and Graham Lloyd would be just thrilled with Kennedy and McGraw tonight. Only had to throw 2 guys. Kennedy, 4 innings, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts. McGraw looking pretty sharp here as that's sliced down the first base line, foul. Count remains 1-2.
That's a good example of mixing speeds and the importance there, because he just overpowered him with that fastball, but that's because he set him up with the off-speed pitch earlier. And changed the sight line with it, too.
Ace is up 2-0. That's line into center field. Lightbody keeps the rally alive.
Yeah,
moves Wingrove over to second.
Tried to mix it up a little bit off the plate, but not far enough off the plate, unfortunately. But now it's getting real interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. Brody Areola now jumps in. He's 0 for 2, strikeout and ground out.
One of my favorite broadcasters, the great Harry Carey, you get into a moment like this and he'd say, "There's danger here, Cherie." So I don't know, but hopefully McGraw can avoid that. And yeah, anyway, having fun at the ballpark, folks. That's what it is at the end of the day. Hoping for an Aces win, but at the end, the triumph is that somehow the Aces and Adelaide found a way to get a game going tonight.
Foul just over the party deck.
And with that, too, thanks to the Victorian government, City of Melbourne as well, for supporting the series, for the Aces being the team to get an ABL game off the ground this summer. This is no small feat, especially in the times we're living in, and it's a testament to the commitment of this organization to get to play baseball tonight.
Couldn't agree more. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Way behind that.
Further to that, Rob, just to the crew that was out there today after the heavy downpour that we got, led by Mick Wern and Ace the Dog, and we saw the Baseball Victoria president Andy Rose out there sweeping water off the infield as well. So it was really all hands on deck.
Yeah, we're not a big baseball tribe in Victoria or down here in Australia. If you're listening somewhere else in the world, but gosh, we're passionate about it. And I think we all feel pretty good about the fact that we're getting baseball off the ground, not just for Australia, but keeping the home fires burning for everybody else in the world that's not getting a lot of baseball this time of year, and might not for a while with the lockout, quite frankly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Don't remind us.
1-2 pitch, fouled back out of play.
Boy, McGraw would like to
coming back. Is that coming back? No, I think it just drifts off.
Well, he might pitch for the strikeout here. I'm not sure what he's going to do, if he's going to try to go high again or if he's going to try to miss. But if he's going to miss off the plate, he's going to need to miss way outside as a lefty.
That wind is really picking up now, blowing into our booth. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runners up first and second.
Setting up away. A lot of the play, but he got that ground
It's
ball.
going to be a tough play, but no, George makes 1. Throws over to first. It's in the dirt, not in time. Yeah. I thought that was going to be a little slow, but George had no problem at all with it and gets the force on Wingrove at third. So 2 outs, runners remain at first and second.
And that's the veteran play here. He's got to get that first out. If he bobbles that ball, if he tries to make the play too quickly, that creates a lot of problems. And that's where the veteran like George, it's good he's over there.
Not an easy play either. If you have a look at the dirt there's different coloured shadings there. You can see some's wet, some's dry. So
very tricky.
That's an underrated play.
Yeah.
McGraw gets ahead with a high fastball. That's nice.
There's Liam Bull now, 0 for 2 tonight. Strikeout and a ground out, and he was way behind on that one. A little overmatched here, I think, against McGraw.
Yeah, and look, Bull, he had a tough ball earlier on that little slow roller, and George just blew that ball by him before. So, at the end of the day, however this result goes for him, if he's watching the tape back later, remember, this is just the start of something. It's not, this isn't. And look at that.
How about that?
That is the start of something.
Lines a single into center field. That's going to score a run. How about that?
Yeah, good for the kid.
Liam Bull.
And sorry, I'm the Aces commentator. I get it, but you always like to see a young kid come up and have a great, because that's good for baseball that he has that positive experience after that tough last inning. Because even though that Darryl George ball was a hit, he's thinking he should have got it, that little number, and now he's got the hit. And gosh, we don't see Adelaide score any more runs, but nice hit by Bull, good for him. And by the way, nice job by our outfield as well. Willis, and they lined it up. The run that scored didn't matter. It was keeping that runner off third, and they did a good job.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So runners still at first and second, 2 outs.
How big is that Darryl George leaving or not leaving early run now?
Boy, good point. That would have been a 3-1 lead. You're absolutely right. George called out on a very controversial leaving early on a sacrifice fly call.
Now,
this is Max Stagg now.
Oh, nice pitch. Oh, thought he must have been low. Now, I apologize for name dropping, but I got a Ozzie Guillen over in the U.S. He's a friend of mine, and we had him over here in Australia a number of years ago, know him from my days with the White Sox, and I just sent him a text to let him know I was doing the game tonight. And he started to text me advice. It was really cool. I was flattered.
What did he say? Speak up. Let Amy talk more.
Yeah.
Let Ed run the show.
As you might imagine, Ozzie Guillen said, "Be yourself."
Yeah,
say what you think.
Yep.
Don't hesitate to say what you think. But he also said, don't say if. And that's what made me think of it. We can't say if what would have happened if George would have scored. It would have been a different game and would have plotted out differently.
Yep.
So
good pitch.
So as unfortunate as it was that it wasn't a good call, who knows where the game would be now. So there's no ifs. We just move on.
Absolutely.
And that's from Ozzie.
I like it. 3 balls and a strike now. 2 outs. Big pitch here. Fouled away. We got a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on. 2-1 Aces lead.
Actually, there's a story there the day that Windsor Knox tried to name Ozzie the head coach of the Aces years ago, but that's another story for later in the series.
Save that for the weekend.
Yeah.
Here's the fouled off again. Yeah. Stagg doing a nice job. The youngsters, I tell you what, you look at Liam Bull with that big hit. Barry got a hit, and some nice base running.
Yeah.
Kids have done all right.
Yeah, nice group. Ken Liam Bull on the Western Rays. Top of the ladder in the Super League over. Sorry. It's a cool league. It's cool you're doing it, by the way. Oh, 3-2 strikeout. Yes.
That will do it.
With the high fastball.
Good rally from the Adelaide Giants, but they can't do it. Aces win at 2-1. Fireworks coming on. We're going to say goodnight. Rob Navani, thank you very much. Amy McCann, great to see you. We'll do it again tomorrow night. Same time, same station, wherever you listen to us. Fireworks going out here. Melbourne Aces 2. Adelaide Giants 1 in the Melbourne Challenge. Game 1. We'll see you back here for Game 2 tomorrow night. Thanks for listening and watching. Warning track and left as well. That's grounded into left field for a base hit. Willis rounds third. Here comes the throw. No, it's bobbled in left field. Willis scores. Aces. There's the 2-2 pitch. Barry swings a little nubber that's going to be a tough play for Bull, and he's not going to get there in time. He throws it away. And that will score a run. Aces 2-0 on a little bumbling nubber down third base, and Bull, youngster, probably should have held on. There's the 2-2 pitch. Barry swings a little nubber that's going to be a tough play for Bull, and he's not going to get there in time. He throws it away. And that will score a run. Aces 2-0 on a little bumbling nubber down third base, and Bull, youngster, probably should have held on to that. There's the 2-2 pitch. Barry swings a little nubber that's going to be a tough play for Bull, and he's not going to get there in time. He throws it away. That's hit a mile high. Center fielder Areola calls for it and makes the play. Here comes a play at home. Not in time. George scores again. Sacrifice fly. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
we haven't seen many of those over the years. Yeah.
And of course, we've got the best view in the house up here. It's easy.
Correct. Oh, they've got him picked off. Run down, and
he might have got away.
He got in.
Yeah, it looks like he might have.
He got in.
And I'll tell you what, we are not in position to see that better than second base umpire Jeff Dunn. And he's good. They're all good umpires, of course, but I suspect he was.
They got Barry as the lights go out here. As Barry.
Oh, I wish you could see this, folks. You're getting the replay, but nobody was covering third. And then he took off, and then the lights went out. You can't believe it. If he's watching the tape back later, remember, this is just the start of something. It's not, this isn't. And look at that.
How about that?
That is the start of something.
Lines a single into center field. That's going to score a run. How about that?
Yeah, good for the kid.
Liam Bull.
And sorry, if he's watching the tape back later, remember, this is just the start of something. It's not, this isn't. And look at that.
How about that?
That is the start of something.
Lines a single into center field. That's going to score a run. How about that?
Yeah, good for the kid.
Liam Bull.
And sorry, it's a cool league. It's cool you're doing it, by the way. Oh, 3-2
strikeout.
Yes.
That will do it.
With the high